I'm a shared Airbnb host and super host, and I'm coming to you today to talk about my guest wanting to check out early. Today, he sent me a message saying he needs to save money, so he's going to check out early and stay somewhere else. I'm really sad about it, but it's not terrible because he stayed here before. He was a really good guest, and I'm going to let him out of it. So I know for some people, they're like, nope, you still pay me the money. Nope. But I feel like there's nothing negative about this. So today I'm drinking actually a whiskey sour. So doesn't it look great? Like you can't even see the whiskey. So the whiskey today is Jameson with sour mix, which is basically a whiskey sour. That's all you need. You can do other stuff that's fancier. I'm not that fancy at my house, but whiskey sour. So what you can do in this case is go ahead and let the person out or tell them that you want them to stay. So in this case, I let the person out of it, which means they get a refund of about $300 because they're checking out 6 days early. And I'm okay with it. So is it a loss? Obviously, it's $300, duh. But I mean, I'm maintaining a relationship. And then as well, I have my reviews, right? So he leaves me a review just like I leave him a review. And I want to keep my positive reviews. In this case, if he wasn't like a great guest and I hadn't had like a history in dealing with him, I'd be like, you know what, you might be short. But this has actually been a really good guest. And he was with me for about 3 weeks the first time. Then with the change in stay, he'll be with me about 3 weeks this time. And so it's actually pretty good. So I don't have any negatives there. What you want to do is keep your positive rating if you're trying to make Superhost. So with Superhost, they look at a couple of things. They look at how quickly you respond. They look at your positive rating. So I think you need to stay at 90% or above for a certain amount of time or a percentage of your stays. You need to not cancel on people, which I've never canceled on anyone. And I think that might be it. There might be another one. I'm going to have to look it up. Y'all, I'm probably not the best person at this, but I'm getting better. So, but if you want to keep your Superhost status, I think being a good host makes all the difference. So if the people say that they need to get out for whatever reason, I know that that's not convenient for you because then that means that you need to turn over the room and put it back out there. But honestly, he sent me the message this morning saying he needed to leave early. And like this afternoon, somebody, actually not even this afternoon, like maybe an hour between him sending that, somebody said they wanted to rent the room. So it's 6 in one hand and half a dozen in the other. So it's just basically how you think about it. But I would suggest be the good host. Go ahead and let them out of it. Go ahead and give them the opportunity to stay wherever else they need to stay. I'm not the cheapest. I've never been the cheapest, and I'm not going to be the cheapest because I offer a lot of amenities, and this is a really nice place. So if people want to stay here, they're going to pay to stay here. And so I'm not giving you a discount. So in that case, he needs to go ahead and go. So it's not a negative. I think that my suggestion to you is to preserve the rating. Somebody else might have a different thought on that. And if you have a different thought on it, I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. I'm always open to that. But my thought is preserve the rating, preserve the good review. In this case, I've made my money. And so there's no negatives here. I can pay my mortgage whether they stay or not. So there's no negatives. It turns out to be all good. But my suggestion to you, if you want to make Superhost and you haven't, oh, that's the other one. It's like cleanliness. So in terms of your ratings, it's looking at that. So preserve the rating, preserve your good review, preserve your relationship with your client or your guest, preserve your good rating, preserve your sanity, because I always loved having my house back to myself. That's always wonderful. I don't see any negatives here. So that's my suggestion to you. It's not the greatest with somebody who's a good guest checks out, but not the worst either. So you'll survive. Go ahead and let them out of it. But if somebody else has a different thought, like, no, I'm going to take the money, this is all about just making the next dollar, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So, you know, leave a comment. If you haven't already, that subscribe button over there, that's what you want to click. Click that. Click that subscribe button. Like, comment. I'd love to hear from you. And look forward to the next video. And I'm out, y'all.